How did you navigate breaking up in front of the world, Nikki?
Well, having 2 public breakups is what everyone saw. Yes, I had to give him $200,000.
Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily, where we call out effeminist foolishness, expose women's hypocrisy, dismantle double standards, and stand up for men. Almost 4 years ago, we made a video about Cena insisting that Nikki Bella sign an airtight relationship contract. They weren't even married. Nikki was just moving into his house, and John already knew what time it was. 75 pages. We still don't know everything that was inside it, because remember, you can't see Cena.
Where's he at?
Who?
Cena. Cena, where's he at?
I have no idea. I haven't seen him.
Bro, what is he?
But trust me, you could see the point he was making.
You're right. I should have told you before you packed the first box. I guess the reason I didn't ask you when I asked is because I didn't want to take something so wonderful and immediately it up with something so business. This is what my life is. This is what it's become. You met my family. You think my mom paid for that house herself?
Yeah.
She didn't. My brother lives in that house. They're expecting a child. My younger brother who's got medical problems, I make sure he's okay. I always tell them I'm a poor brother, but I try the best to be the best provider that I can. I just don't want to ever be in a position where that's in jeopardy.
Cena then hit Nikki and men in general with a full red pill sledgehammer.
I don't think date nights can ever get old, but I think so many years down the road, to keep things exciting, I think kids help that in a relationship. I see the point of kids after you've been with someone for so long.
So basically what you just said across the table is, you will get bored of me.
I'm not going to get bored of you.
Pure gold. Nikki had nothing to say after that. And surprise, surprise, the relationship ended soon after. Fast forward, Nikki marries Artem in 2022 without a prenup, gets divorced in 2024, and she had to pay. And now she's finally talking about it publicly on her podcast. Let's jump in. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do. Because we men, ain't we? We men, ain't we?
It got everyone's attention to hear.
That's right. So there's a major headline going on, or going around about me that I just really want to kill. I don't want to get super deep into it. And that could be a part of the issue during my entire divorce, the incident that happened, because I haven't gotten really into it. It's given people opportunity to
make up lies,
have their own perception on what's happened. And you know what? I'm okay with that because I know the truth, lived it. I'm here and I'm happy. So that's what has kept me strong. But I need to educate the ones that aren't educated on a certain topic,
which is a lot.
And by the way, I don't blame people, because one thing I've realized, there's a lot of topics in life that I'm not educated on because I haven't been through it. And we have to remember that the internet, there's a lot of people that have never been in love, have never been married, have never been divorced, have never had kids, have never been through stuff you have. And so we will all have opinions, but we don't know it till we've gone through it, right?
Exactly, Nikki. Cena had already gone through it. He had a 3-year marriage to his high school sweetheart, went through divorce court, got burned, and said, never again. Nikki didn't understand that lesson. She didn't learn from someone else's experience. But remember the old saying, while it is wise to learn from experience, it is wiser to learn from the experiences of others. Nikki didn't, and she paid.
So let me tell you about divorce. So obviously TMZ put out, and then everyone else has picked it up, and everyone's had opinions about Artem and I's divorce settlement. It's everywhere. It is mind-blowing to me that our government allows all this stuff to be public, but that's, the way the world is, and it's okay, and we're here. The divorce has nothing to do with what happened, the incident, any of that. Divorce is divorce. Divorce has to deal with the paper, the contract you signed during marriage, the day of marriage,
exactly.
At the court before marriage, whatever. So our settlement is what everyone saw. Yes, I had to give him $200,000.
That's what happens when you're
Spousal support,
the breadwinner.
The breadwinner.
Beautiful summary, Nikki. Divorce is divorce. The court system doesn't care about romantic speeches. It doesn't care who fell out of love first. It doesn't care who cheated. It cares about the contract. Marriage is a contract. Nikki was the breadwinner, so she had to pay. Not $200, not $2,000, $200,000. Why? Because that's what the contract demanded. Now listen to the explanation.
And also, there's a lot of different things that happen to make that number. I got a steal, I'm not gonna lie, which is crazy to say. And you know, the one thing is our judge, we did private mediation, said at the end of it, this is the first time in all the years I've done this where a woman had to pay a man.
Did you hear that? Risotto!
This is the first time in all the years I've done this where a woman had to pay a man. And the judge said, you should be so damn proud that you built such an empire that someone wants a piece of it. Now, let me tell you the learning lesson. If you ever get married again, promise me you will make them sign a prenup. And I was like, I promise. They go, hard lesson to learn today. Because of the money you're going to have to pay out, but be damn proud of yourself. Yeah. And it was nice to hear that. And I was, even though it hurts, because I broke my neck for that money. That money, all that is my hard-earned money.
The judge bailed her out. Why? Because she's a woman. The judge told her she should be proud that she built an empire someone wants a piece of. That's not justice. That's affirmation. For a man, that's standard protocol. For a woman, it's a wake-up call. And let's be clear, this was a steal. With a net worth of $10 million, a $200,000 payout is getting off easy. Women only understand the value of a prenup when their money is on the line.
Right. And can I just say a side note, just on the prenup thing? I told Nicole many times, he needs to sign it. He needs to sign it. Please annul. Please annul. Everyone, I don't care. Everyone knows I'm the bad guy. And you believed in such a fairy tale, and you're like, you let it go because you loved him. So I will say that, like, because people always try to make the worst of evils and the villains, and it's just so crazy. When, you know, just coming from a sister point, a lot of you who listen, you guys have best friends, sisters, family members, and, you know, there's us who, like, are the audience watching and being like, do this, come on, please. And the other one, you know, people easily get lost in love. So it's kind of how, like, when I see all the comments and all that, I'm like, you don't even know where this all actually stemmed from when you're looking at the settlement.
This part is important. Nikki and Bree had a reality show. Artem proposed on that show.
Will you marry me?
Artem.
Prenups are not romantic. They're seen as distrust and not loving me 100%. And Nikki couldn't do it because then she'd look like a hypocrite. Why? Because she broke up with Cena for setting boundaries and creating a legal agreement. She couldn't turn around and demand a prenup from Artem. The sisterhood would have destroyed her. So she chose love and paid for it.
I know. Well,
And it kills me.
Well, here's another kill rumor. They're all like, oh, so he got the money because she lost. Like, no. Child support. If you are the breadwinner, if you make more money, it is literally a state calculator. They put in the incomes and they go, boom, this one makes more money. This is what you owe per month. At any point, by the way, till Mateo's 18, we'll always have to go. We can always go back to court or not. And this is anyone relationship, and you'll have to do the calculators again. And child support changes. And so, because sometimes people start to do better, they do worse, and blah, blah, blah. It's strictly having a kid in a marriage. That's all it is. So everyone with all these stories, winners, losers, this and that, like, you just have to educate yourself on things. And that's what I've realized about the internet. And I try to give so much grace because I'm like, they haven't been divorced, or they haven't been married, or they don't have a friend who's been through a divorce. All of it's strictly divorce. And believe me, I did great in it because they wanted to settle. I was going to trial.
They wanted to settle really bad.
Well, okay, Bree, remember when I said, can keep this light?
And this is why she's so calm. She knows this was a steal. She could have lost half of everything. Instead, she pays $3,500 a month in child support with shared custody. For her, that's a win. But remember the numbers we usually hear. 50K, 100K, 200 freaking K a month. When you hear numbers like that, you better protect yourself because no child needs that much money to eat.
I work really hard, and the child support doesn't bother me because I want Mateo to make sure his life in the other house is equal. And that is the one thing too. Everyone will bitch and complain. Oh my gosh, this is about child support. When you're in the courtroom, child support is so the child could have an equal life in both homes. That's where it comes from. And so it is hard and you're like, oh, it hurts, but it's so maybe the other parent can get a better place for rent. So then your child support goes to that, right? Or they can eat the same organic food or so right. For me, it doesn't, I don't even think twice about it because I'm like, that is making sure Mateo's also 50-50. Half of his other time is a good life.
Right.
But
she's being politically correct. We all know it's women who receive the brunt of these massive payouts. Dunking on child support would mean dunking on the very system that benefits her gender. But notice what she said. They can go back to court for 18 years as life and income change. I want you to keep that same energy when your ex-husband demands more money because he can't keep up the lifestyle. When he expects you to pay for it because it's 50-50, right? John Cena was right from the beginning. Prevention is cure. Stay out of the courtroom. Stay out of the system. Protect your money. Protect your future. Protect yourself. Modern marriage is almost guaranteed to end in divorce. Don't be a fool.
Management, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.